What's up, everybody? I Get Food is on the go again. This time, we're in New York City. That's right, we packed up the clan because I Get Food is on the go again. If it's your first time here, my name's Clark and you're watching I Get Food. And on this channel, what we normally do is feature all the awesome and diverse food spots that we have here in Toronto. But every now and then, we take the show on the road. Now the Big Apple, there's no shortage of excitement. So in this video, of course, we're gonna show you some of the things that we got to do and see, but most of all, we're gonna show all the tasty bites that we had too. Some of these are our all-time faves and go-tos. I also finally got to hit up one of the all-time iconic spots. Can't believe I haven't done it before, but we're getting it in this time. Of course, we're going to be going to a few of the really viral spots, and I'm going to let you in on whether I think it's all just hype or if it is in fact the real goods. And we're also going to get to try some of the up-and-coming spots and things that were recommended to us by followers of the channel. So go grab a snack and buckle up, because it's time to get food. So here we are, we've arrived in the financial district of Manhattan. And after checking in, sorry, no hotel room tour. I don't know, is that something you want to see in the future? Let me know in the comments, but anyways, I digress. We were feeling the munchies, and as luck would have it, we're by Pier 17, which means we got to check out the food hall at the Tin Building by Jean-Georges. After walking around and checking things out, we settled on an Italian food spot at the Frenchman's Dough for our first meal. And while I feel that the portion size didn't quite live up to the price, the taste and the quality did make up a bit of ground. That's alright, it leaves room for more food later. So off to our next destination, Grand Central Station, where I couldn't resist hitting up an old favorite. We've been to Grand Central Station before, but on this trip, something new that wasn't there the last time we came to New York was just next door. Summit One Vanderbilt.
Welcome to Summit. Please start the journey to your right.
Oh my gosh.
The 3-story observation deck and interactive experience located at the top of one of New York's latest towering skyscrapers offered great views of the city skyline. The interactive art elements and the Instagrammable opportunities were more than enough to keep us engaged well into the evening. But no surprise, we got the itch to nosh again, so we hit another familiar spot for some late-night pizza from Prince Street Pizza. For my Toronto viewers, and fair play if you want to accuse me of being a prisoner of the moment, but in my opinion, I do think it does taste a wee bit better here in New York than the one at the Well. You know, at this late hour, it really hardly mattered. We happily scarfed it all down. Alright, next morning, and I'm in the subway at 8 a.m., heading to a spot that I can't believe I've waited this long to try. Any guesses where I'm having breakfast? Founded in 1888 and possibly New York's oldest deli, this spot is regarded as an institution for fans of smoked, cured meats and other kosher-style fare. And of all the famous menu items, the pastrami sandwich has got to be the top of the mountain for most. So of course, that's what I'm gonna have. meat is just spilling out of the sandwich. It's so packed, it's so loaded. That rye is nice and soft. Oh, look at the steam coming off of that. All right, this is an absolute handful. That pastrami is excellent. The seasoning and the rub that they put on it is blackened through the whole smoking process. The meat is just so tender. I'm sure it's because of the grinding process that the briskets go through. Nice and briny, salty, the way I like it. For those of you who saw my Montreal video a couple of years back, when I did the famous shorts, pastrami's a little different in its own right. It's a slightly different flavor profile. While I would say the Montreal smoked meat definitely has more of a peppery kick, this one is really about that brine and the salt. But this is absolutely all quality. Yeah, some of you might be sitting there saying, Katz is, everybody's seen it, all the tourists go there, it's a bit overhyped. I mean, sometimes things get the hype for a reason, right? But you know, at the end of the day, do I think you should try Katz?
Yes! 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 Oh! Oh! Oh!
I'll have what she's having.
Belly full of meat, we headed out to the Lower East Side neighborhood for a bit of street photography. But soon it was time for lunch, and I can't think of anything that would hit the spot more right now than tacos. Lots of great taco spots, but one of the most popular has got to be Los Tacos #1.
So the great part about this is there is some customization. You can pick the different type of tortilla that you want, as well as some of the toppings. Like I got cilantro as well as some guacamole.
Just like Italian and Jewish American cuisine is part of New York's culinary tapestry, the food story can't be told without including its Latin American contributions.
I went with the pollo asado. I hear the carne asado is good too, but I'm getting so much beef here, I was craving something else. And like I said, you get your choice of the tortilla, so I went with the corn tortilla. All that good chicken, you don't want to lose any of it. The refreshing guacamole, all that cilantro.
Just had New York's #1 taco, now we need its #1 cookie. By now, I'm sure most of you know about Levain Bakery, because it always makes a lot of the best of videos and blog posts. But I, again, somehow hadn't tried it before, so of course, I'm stoked to try. Each 6-ounce cookie is part crispy on the edges, chewy and melty throughout, and jam-packed with that rich, buttery sweetness.
If you've got a sweet tooth and you're in New York, then Levain Bakery is an absolute must when you're here. Look at all those chocolate chips just mashed up all in the dough in there. Oh yeah, you guys. That's why Levain's the GOAT.
Short right now to Soho where we did some shopping, but you don't need to see any of that. It's kind of boring in my opinion. I would have preferred just to watch these guys ball all day. And it was a hot day, so a bit of refreshment hit the spot, and it came at the perfect time, just before our last food stop for the day. L'Industrie. This pizza shop was opened by a native of Florence, and beyond their obsession with crafting the perfect pizza crust, many of the ingredients, in fact, are imported from Italy. So with all of this quality, waiting a bit for a slice is going to be par for the course.
Yep. Enjoy. Square.
All right, you guys, we were at Prince Street earlier and it was solid, but plenty of people swear by L'Industrie as the pizza spot in New York right now. So we're about to throw down, I got me here, a burrata slice. Oh, look at all that leoparding underneath there on that thin crust. Ooh, you see it all blistered up? Yeah, this is my favorite kind of pizza. Ooh. That burrata is nice and creamy. I love the fresh basil, and they do it right. They add it on afterwards. They don't put the basil on and then heat up the pizza, you know, and burn that basil, because then it just adds a little bit of bitterness to it. Not good. That fresh, herbaceous taste. That pop of that basil. Love the sauce. Not too tangy, not too sour, not sweet either. Just that great fresh tomato flavor. It's about that dough. Is it the absolute best pizza I've ever had? I don't know. I think there are some spots in Toronto that go toe to toe, but L'Industrie, yeah, this is a phenomenal spot for a slice, or even better, just get a whole pie.
Two days spent in Manhattan are in the books, so we start our third day in Brooklyn, specifically in the DUMBO neighborhood. We took in some of the sights, as well as snapped a few photos, but it was time to go grab an early lunch at the Time Out Market here in Brooklyn. It's another food hall, and while it appears to be mainly for the tourist crowd with plenty of the usual suspects, as well as a few up-and-comers on the main floor, it's the 5th floor where I hear there's a true hidden gem. Here, Pitmaster Ruben Santana and his crew smoke up Texas-style barbecue with a next-level element. So what's a secret weapon, you might ask? Let me tell you, he dips into his Dominican roots to add that extra something-something. Alright, you guys, I've got my Dominican Texas-style barbecue here from Bark Barbecue. When the lunch rush hits, the owner was saying that people will line up for this one. This is what brings them, this giant beef rib. Look at that, it just tears away so easily, it's so tender. Look at this, look at this. Oh. And the rub, oh, the flavors on that rub, it just hits different. The other thing he said I had to have was right here, the chicharron. That's that pork belly there. Oh, again, nice and fatty. It's got like the lean part right there. It's got that crispy skin on the top. Oh. I hope the mic's picking that up because it's got a lot of great crunch. So creamy, so melty, great cheese blend.
This is on the house.
Oh my god.
So look, that's a small carnitas. That's something we started doing a long time ago. And this is right here, that's the superstar. That's the one selling more. What we do is, we do it like a fusion. It's on the seasoning, it's Dominican,
Right.
a lot of oregano,
Right.
a lot of garlic, you know, and black pepper. So that's the base that we use.
Yeah.
So, you know, we try to put the Spanish, you know, culture on it, but basically it's Dominican. You know?
They are so super nice here. They really wanted to showcase a couple of the different things that I had here. I won't be able to eat it all myself, but you know, we just want to show it to you guys. They said that this was on the house. I mean, like if you come here, you know, I can't guarantee that your experience will be exactly the same as this. I'm sure they're doing it, you know, because we're filming it and we're sharing it. And I was telling them a little bit about, you know, me being from Toronto, and you know, hopefully you guys, you know, if you are Toronto, my Toronto viewers, and you come to New York, then come down here to Bark Barbecue, show them some love. I know definitely whatever it is you order, it's going to be amazing. The three things that I had were absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to try these. So, you know, we'll take a quick bite and you guys can see how I react to these. So this was just the beginning. As if it wasn't enough already, Chef Santana brought me even more stuff to try. So much food, in fact, I could do a whole video just on Bark Barbecue alone. In fact, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. If you want to see the whole thing, everything I got to try from Bark Barbecue, I'm going to be posting a separate video here on my YouTube channel on Wednesday, August the 14th. So please tune in for that. There was so much food, it was lucky for us we had to walk back across the Brooklyn Bridge to help burn off a few of those calories and keep everything from finding a permanent home around my waistline. But of course, evening came and the kids wanted another way to get to dinner after all that walking. So we grabbed a ride from Revel. They're one of these new rideshare services in New York, and they're recognizable by the fact that their entire vehicle fleet are these flashy blue Teslas. And they're so excited to have you try them out that you can get a discount code when referred by a friend. So depending on when you're in New York, why don't you give my code a try? Then share it with your family or friends or whoever's in your group while you're in New York and keep traveling around in style while at the same time getting a bit of a discount. Hojokban takes its name and inspiration from the traditional Korean dining table known as, of course, Hojokban. As they describe themselves, they share that for Koreans, food is so much more than just sustenance. It's about the soul essence of being, and that's something that they hope that every guest experiences when they're dining with them. We kicked the meal off with one of the signature dishes, the truffle potato pancake. This had a big hit of flavor, lots of texture and mouthfeel. This was definitely a hit. Next is the honey chicken. These fried chicken bites balance the sweet and the heat, but I did find that there was perhaps a bit too much crispiness. Still, all the same, it was pretty good. But now, the showstopper. Their other signature dish, the galbi beef rib. This was succulent. Beefy sweet, slightly sticky with the glaze. Bold umami paired perfectly with the chilies and the other aromatics. no exaggeration when I say it just dances across your tongue. This is a must order when you're here. We also got the ramyun fried rice because, you know, I'm Asian, gotta have some rice. And besides, all that wok just gives it that fiery chef's kiss. Just be sure that you do like things spicy if you're gonna be ordering this one. Final day and want to make the most of it, so we're off with an early start. Something about New York on the weekend in the morning. The chill calm juxtaposed against the chaotic energy one knows is about to come. Love these moments. Even got off a stop early so that I could walk a bit. Okay, here we are. Another piece to the New York experience puzzle, the bagel. Famous but not known, eh? Seems pretty popular with these folks. Menu makes it simple too. 3, 6, or 12 pack, and you get to pick your schmear of choice. I got the scallion, and we're gonna pair it with an everything bagel. Now, as a good Canadian boy that I am, I'm still partial to the denser and chewier Montreal-style bagel, but these were very delicious and satisfying. Now let's get our learn on at the Met.
I have decided that for the rest of the day, we are going to talk like this.
Waiter,
There's too much pepper on my paprikas.
On my paprikas.
But I would be proud to partake of your pecan pie.
Oh, no.
Whoa, hold your horses. No pecan pie today, but no worries. There's lots of interesting exhibits and art to explore in the halls of New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. With over 1.5 million works of art spanning 5 millennia of human experience, you could spend a whole day here, and we nearly did. But alas, hunger and other plans got in the way. We wanted to head off for some other types of cultural history. You know, the kind that you can bite into. So we made it to Hamburger America. This spot is run by George Motes, and he's a bit of a Renaissance man and a self-proclaimed burger aficionado. If you love burgers, then this is one of those spots that you have to get on your must-check-out list. George Motes, historian, author, Emmy Award-winning filmmaker, and famed scholar of American burgers, directed his documentary Hamburger America back in 2004.
Well, okay, we got 1,200 pounds of beef that's come off this animal. That nets about 2,400 burgers. That's a big girl right there.
Now, amongst lots of other projects, he has this shop, a mecca to lovers of and his homage to the great American classic. The interior's got this great retro burger diner shop type vibe. It definitely harkens back to those simpler times of Americana. So every month they do a special burger. When George Motes did his tour across America, checking out all the different diners and burger shops, he made it his mission to bring one of those signature burgers from each of those spots, you know, as a monthly special, just to sort of pay homage again to burger culture all around America. This month, they're doing the Theta. So here you've got a charcoal broiled burger patty. Look at that, you got the cheese, you got pickles in there, and their special Johnny sauce.
All right, enough talking about it. We gotta take a bite. Really interesting, really cheesy. It does have a bit of that charbroil taste, a little bit different than your smash patty. Having the shredded cheese is different. I think I prefer mine to slices, but you know, it's good to try something different every now and then. I do like the seeded bun. That's great. This right here, this is the fried onion burger. This is the one that he made famous. It's an Oklahoma style burger, which means you just got your patty, you got your fried onions in there, you got the potato bun, and it's all held together by that melty American cheese. And no other sauces, nothing else. This is just pure, the way a burger should be. When you bite into this, you're gonna think American classic burger, right? They do got some pickles on the side. Nice and briny. But it's all about this burger, so let's take a bite. So compared to a lot of the smash burgers back in Toronto, a lot of the spots, a lot of the joints in Toronto smash it really, really flat. You're definitely getting that crisp edge, but sometimes you lose a little bit of the meat juice. Here, not a problem at all. Still a juicy patty. You do have a bit of that crispy edge on there still. I think it's the onions. You get that subtle sweetness from the onions, and I think it goes a long way to hold a lot of that together. As the burger gods, or George Most himself, would have wanted, classic American burger. Full in belly and in spirit, we're now set to take in a Broadway show. This is something you have to do whenever you're in New York. We're watching Hadestown, and the cast and the production was simply brilliant. We knew the story it's based on, and even then we were still enthralled. Capping off the experience, we were blessed to get an autograph from one of the performers. The lights of Times Square, another late night pizza, a magical New York kind of night. This is the city that never sleeps. But sadly, we have to, because the next morning, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, New York, and thank you to you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and share this video with family and friends. And if it's your first time here and you want to see more food adventures, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. We'll see you next time when I Get Food.